Leonardo da Vinci famously said that God will sell you anything at the price of labor. Now, what does this mean? It means that if you want a good life, you have to work for it. You want a car, you need to work for it. You want to grow your business, you have to work for it. You want a good relationship, you need to work for it. Nothing is free. There's always a price paid in exchange for something that you need. Recently, I actually discovered that the relationship with we humans and God is more like a captain and his crew members. Let me try to synthesize this thought in a way that you understand. Now, let's take for example, in the ship, the captain is there and his crew members they are there as well. The captain rows the ship, right? And the crew members steer the ship. Now, how does this relate to God? We are so quick to be arrogant. We are so quick to condemn God or blame God, towards not achieving our aim. Maybe you prayed to God you want this and it has not happened so fast the way you want it, and you start blaming God. But at the same time, you actually forgot that you have your own part to play in that thing. Remember, in this case now, when you try to relate the case of the captain and his crew members in this case now, God is the captain, which means he's the one rolling the boat. And you are the crew member in this case now, steering the boat, which means if you don't put action in that thing you prayed for, it's not going to work. It's just more like Isaac Newton said it. In every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever you put in is whatever you receive. It's just more like a farmer who is sowing seeds. So if you sow enough seed, when it's time for harvest, you will harvest what? More than enough, bountifully. If you plant a little seed, when it's time to harvest, you harvest so little as well. So today I'm going to ask you, my friend, how many seeds are you planting? What are you doing? What are you working towards to in your life? So let me share a little bit of my own story to you, maybe to drive this point home to you. 2019, back in 2019, I had nothing. I was like, in my own account, I had nothing even less than 10,000 naira. 10,000 naira right now in euro, I don't know how much it is. Maybe like 7 euros or 5 euros. I don't even know how much it is in euro. I don't even have it. But the moment I sat down and asked myself, is this what I want out of life? Or do I want more? Or this is how I should be living? Or I'm still waiting for somebody to come save me? That was when I actually took charge. And I trust God and I pray to God, okay, give me the knowledge. Let me use my set of skill set and use it to achieve what I want to achieve. That was how I started putting in the work, started learning more, trusting the process. So getting to 2020, the lockdown came. During lockdown, I was still grinding. I was still putting in the work. Towards the ending of 2020, I have up to $1,000 sitting in my account. Then come 2021, it keep increasing. Now, the question you'll be asking is, what did I do to actually get to that point of having $1,000? Did it just magically appear into my account? Of course not. I was putting in the work. Now, what is this work I was putting in? I was managing social media pages. I was doing website design. I was doing freelancing jobs. I have my day-to-day job as well. I was creating content in different places. All these amounts to that amount at the end of 2020. That just like I told you, once you plant enough seeds, when it's time to harvest, you will harvest what? Bountifully. When you plant few, when it's time to harvest, you harvest few as well. Let me say this. Back in 2019, I knew that, okay, nobody's coming to save me. My stepbrother, he said it clearly that, hey, that every man is on his own, that nobody's going to save you. Do not look upon anybody to help you. I said, okay, this literally means that who I'm looking up to, in that case, my stepbrother, to help and support me, he's not going to come to my aid. So that means I need to what? Put myself together and do what I have to do, which means what? Putting in the hours, putting in the work. I asked myself, okay, what do I have? I don't have a business. What should I do to actually earn money? That was what my skill set. I have the skill of website design. I know about social medias. I've been building social media pages, accounts, and I've been selling them. So I need to go back to it, put in so much effort, so much work into it, so that I can actually build something out of it. That was how I went back into creating so many Instagram pages of celebrities, posting the same pictures, articles of the celebrities. The accounts keep growing. Then I sell them off for money. The same thing with TikToks as well. The same thing with Facebook groups as well. Same thing with Facebook pages as well. The same thing with Pinterest. Same thing with YouTube. I was posting shots of different of animals, dogs. YouTube like accounts, channels were growing, and I was selling them off to people. It was recently actually what started, okay, I need to put my face out there. But I know how all these things works because I've been doing it. That was how I generated money based on my own skill set. Now, I've shared this story with so many people. I've motivated people. I've taught people. This is more like something that I knew already, like years back. I've done it, made money from it, and I've taught people who are actually using it to also build career for themselves. For somebody who is still waiting for somebody to come save you, nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. This was what my stepbrother looked at me and said, nobody's coming to save you. Save yourself. Whatever you want to become, you can become those things. Because I was looking up to him, to help me to actually to get to a place where I want to be. But when he said this to me, I said, man, who I'm looking up to is not coming to my rescue this time around. It all depends on me. It all boils down on me. So actually put myself together, put in the work, put in the hours, and make it happen. All right. That was how I was able to generate money, website design, referral from websites I've done before, Upwork, freelancing, my day-to-day job as well. I accumulated all this over 5 years. Then I was able to save up money. Then I said, okay, I need to move abroad. I tried so many years, it didn't work. Spent so much money, didn't work, but I still didn't give up. How did I actually I spent millions. I get defrauded. I lost money, but I still keep putting in money. I still putting in effort. How was all this money coming from? Because of my skill set. Because I choose never to give up. I choose never to throw in the towels. In my dictionary, quitting is never an option. Giving up is never an option. If it doesn't work today, tomorrow is going to work. If it doesn't work in the next 3 days, still, I'm going to be there hitting until it finally works. Unless maybe it got to a point I said, okay, there's no point here. I need to channel my energy in somewhere else. I shared recently, I told you guys that, okay, I've been building TikTok pages, Instagram pages. The amount of pages that I've lost on Instagram, that Instagram disabled, I cannot even fathom. There was a point I was building an account up to 85,000 followers. Someone reached out and said, hey, I want to buy this account up to this X amount. I said, no. My goal is always to build my account up to 100K followers before I sell off. At getting that 85K, that account was disabled. I was furious. I said, okay, if I had known, I would have sold. But that doesn't mean I should stop. I still went on going. I keep hearing. I keep building. Same thing with TikTok. I've sold so many. Same thing with Facebook pages, Facebook groups. I have sold so many. Some of these business owners you see that runs up and down, these are pages that I've sold, that the name was changed, the post was deleted, all this is what I did to make money. So somebody who is complaining that you don't have a helper, you have a sponsor, they don't know what to do. Man, use the power of internet to your advantage. Just like I said, God will sell you anything at a price. That is what the price of labor. Are you willing to put in the work? Put in the hours, do what you have to do in order to get to that place. It is possible. It is possible. If you don't have money, you don't have any finances, you have your phone. Your phone is your office. Treat it as your office. Use it at your own advantage. I don't know what you do on social medias, but to me, on social media, it's all about business. It's all about incoming. It's all about building, self-development, personal branding. When you start to see this in this way, then you start to see opportunities in a way that people don't say it. All right? So I just hope this helps to motivate someone. Remember, our relationship with God is more like a captain and his crew members. God, in this case, is the captain. We are the crew. He rows the boat, but we have our own job to do. That is steer the boat as well. Whatever you want, you're going to get, but you're going to pay that price. In life, I actually figured out that in life, there's always two things. One, one must go for one. What do I mean? There must be a sacrifice, there must be an exchange for one. The law of the universe states that in order to receive, you need to give. In order for a life to be given, a life had to be taken. All right. So when you understand these universal laws, then you get to understand that they are unflexible, they are unbendable. In fact, they are unnegotiable. You just have to live with them, understand how to walk around things with them. Then, my friend, only then will you start to make things happen for you. These are things that about what I sat down, figure out on my own. I didn't learn this in school. All right. This is something that I sat down, looked at challenges, look at what is going around me. Then I just sat down and said, oh, this is how this works. Then from there, I start building. For example, look at this YouTube channel right now. It's still new, it's still fresh, but I'm still posting. Because I know that I'm planting seeds. When it's time to harvest, I will harvest what? Plenty. So, my friend, how many seeds are you planting? Have you planted yet? Or you are yet to plant? All right? So, if you have any questions, any doubts, please keep it on the comment section. And if you have watched up to this point, subscribe, support the movement. My name is Omasi. I'm just like a normal guy like you who is building, who is at that point trying to elevate himself. And I hope you, my friend, also elevate yourself to get to that point. What I will say to you, take this advice from me, do not settle for less. Never settle for less. This is coming from someone who have experienced it. I've been through the good days, I've been through the bad days, I've been through the early days. That's what I'm saying. Do not settle for less. See you on the next one. Peace.